Welcome to Let's Do Yoga with Joanne, and I'm Joanne. I'm so glad you could join me this morning. So this morning we're going to do a full body focus. Really, I haven't focused on one part of the body more than the other. So it's kind of an all-around, let's move everything. And, hopefully that will get you started for your day. So we'll begin with a breathing that is recommended for people with asthma or anxiety attacks. It's called butte cow breathing. I think the focus is on the middle syllable, so it'd be butte cow is how you'd say it. Anyway, it's a simple little exhale, and then you hold until you really want to take a breath in, and then you take a breath in. Okay, but feel how it affects the diaphragm as opposed to the upper chest. So when you take a breath in, your belly will just, really try and grab that air. Okay, so I have to close my eyes, but you can have yours open. Just inhale a little bit and then exhale, completely empty. Hold. 4, 3, 2, 1, inhale. And my belly really does work more than my upper chest. And let's try it again. So take a normal breath in there so we don't get dizzy. And then inhale just a bit. Exhale all the way. Hold. 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale. Can you feel your whole body just begging for that oxygen? So the trick with that is that it takes the air more into the diaphragm, and that oxygen, that air develops or creates the oxygen that your body needs. So let's just try it one more time. Inhale just a bit. Exhale everything. Hold. 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale. Oh, yeah. Just grabbing that air. Okay, so I'm going to bring my hands onto my shoulders, and I'm just going to take one medium-sized roll to the back. Then open those arms out all the way. And I'll take another roll to the back. Go ahead and bend those arms into goalpost. Open that up really wide so you can feel the chest opener. And then lower the right hand down, trying to get it down. And for some of you, this won't, you'll be here or wherever, but wherever you get to, that's where you are on your yoga journey. And then the other arm comes all the way down. So you can feel the work. Now, do you feel how your shoulders have crept up into your ears? Can you think about lowering the shoulder blades down the spine? And then that lowers those shoulders away from the ears. Go ahead and bring those hands back onto the shoulders. Circle to the back. Straighten the arms out. Circle to the back. Grab those goalposts. Let's try and keep those shoulder blades down. Let's not let them crawl up to your ears. And here's where they're going to want to crawl up. When you try and lower that right hand down, the shoulder blade wants to crawl up. Lower that left hand down. Think about lowering the shoulder blade all the way down. Hands to the shoulders. One more circle to the back. Arms all the way out. One more circle to the back. Goalpost arms, really open up that chest. Lower that right hand to the floor, left hand to the floor, doing that kind of scarecrow thing, and then lower those shoulders away from the ears. Whew, and release. Boy, that's a pile of shoulder work. So let's come into our standing portion of the chair assisted yoga. So the chair is there to help you when we're doing our poses, okay, whether you're seated on it or standing. I want to take mountain first, and I'm going to really focus on that one. So I'll face you while I do it. I've got my feet about hip width apart, so about there, in line with those hip bones. And I'm going to lift the toes, spread them apart, and then suction cup them down. I want all four corners of the feet digging into the ground. Tighten your calves. Maybe you can lift those kneecaps. Maybe you can't. Some people can and some people can't. Tighten the thighs so that you feel a solid, like they are solid. Tighten the butt. There's a section in here right above the pelvis and just below the belly button. So that band, that abdominal band, you want to put some tension in there. And then with your elbows, you come back and down, lower those shoulder blades into position. The eyes of the elbow are pointing forward and my hands are active but relaxed at the same time. Chin is parallel to the floor. And we'll hold this for 3 breaths. Inhale. Exhale. Keep everything tight. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Okay. Tall mountain. The arms come out to the side. They reach all the way up and you can look up. That's your inhale. Bring those hands together all the way down through heart center as you exhale, reaching for the chair seat and bending those elbows so your head actually comes way low. But we can't stay here, so we inhale and straighten those elbows. Okay? So this is called half forward fold. We want to walk our feet back until we're in down dog. So you actually have to walk them quite far, and you're kind of making the letter V with your body. Your head is just between your upper arms, and again, we can't stay here, so you come out of that and you bring your head up. Bring your right foot forward, and your right foot is bent. Your left foot you want on a railroad track to your right foot, so I have to move mine out. I'm on my toes. If that's too unsteady for you when we take our hands off the chair, you can bring your foot in and lay it flat, or even do the 45-degree thing, okay? But I'm on my toes. You choose what's going to give you the best feeling of security. I want to lift myself up, and just for a second, I'm going to take this high lunge, and then I'm going to lean forward at 45 degrees and actually do warrior arms. And this is where you hold. Inhale. Exhale. It's hard. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Okay, now that back heel, you want to pivot on the toes so the back heel comes to the floor. And the back heel is parallel with the front of that chair because we're taking warrior 2. So I stand up nice and straight. I want to be nice and straight. And I actually need to tuck that tailbone under a little bit. Bring my arms up to shoulder height, looking over the front arm. And hold. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. I'm going to add a little movement to that. So I'm going to go reverse warrior, which is inhale. Now you can stop here at peaceful, or you can take it all the way back. Inhale. And then exhale back into warrior 2. Inhale. Reverse or peaceful. Exhale, warrior 2. Inhale, reverse or peaceful. And here in one big movement, I want to come into chair pose. So on my exhale, I bring that hand that was up forward. I join the other hand to that forward hand. Maybe I hold the top of the chair, but I need to bring that back foot to join the front. And then using my butt, I search for the chair behind me. Okay? and then inhale those arms up, exhale forward. And then we're going to add to that. Inhale the arms up, exhale, point the fingers to the floor. Inhale the arms up. Now you're going to exhale all the way back to those warrior airplane arms. Grab those hands and hold them together. So they're together, or maybe you have to keep them apart. So it might look like this. It might look like that. And then straighten the legs and bend forward parallel to the chair with your waist. On the inhale, the arms come up as high as you can take them. On the exhale, you can bring them down and relax them a bit. Inhale, bring them up. Exhale and relax. Inhale, bring them up. Exhale and relax. Standing up, we take mountain once more. I'll call out the body parts so that you know what to do. So toes, spread and plant. Four corners of the feet, nail them in. Tighten the calves, lift the kneecaps. Tighten the thighs and butt, check. Is that solid? Tighten the abdominal band. Bring those elbows back and down, getting the shoulder blades in position. The eyes of the elbows face forward, and we do the other side. Inhale, tall mountain. Exhale, hands through heart center, bend the elbows, forward fold. Inhale, half forward fold. Now, on the exhale, you are going to step that right leg back onto a railroad track. Okay, and come up into high lunge. Exhale into warrior, airplane warrior. So you're leaning forward at this 45 degree, and inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. I want to take warrior 2 on this side, so I'm going to pivot on my toes to drop that heel. That back foot is now parallel with the front of the chair. My arms come up to shoulder height, and I got to tuck that tailbone under so I protect my lower back. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Trying to slow that breathing down. Inhale. And exhale, you lower that back hand down. Inhale, you come into reverse warrior or peaceful. Exhale into warrior 2. Inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale, warrior 2. Inhale, reverse warrior. And then on this exhale, you want to windmill those arms. You can go ahead and grab the back of that chair if you need to, and bring the back foot to join the front. Reach for the chair behind you with your butt, and inhale, the arms come up. Exhale, forward. Inhale, keep them there. Exhale, the fingers come down. Inhale, forward. Exhale, airplane arms. Grab those hands together. Straighten those knees. Parallel to the chair. Inhale the arms up. Exhale, relax them down. Inhale up. Exhale, relax them down. Inhale up. And exhale, come into your standing. Release those arms, shake that out, and have a seat. So our very first exercise, once we're seated, is the quad stretch, which means I'm going to sit sideways on the chair. My right butt stays on the chair, but my left butt is kind of off, because it has to accommodate this knee pointing straight to the floor. You put your laces to the floor, if you can. Some people get a cramp, an arch cramp when they do this, so you figure out what you can do. So I'm trying to stretch this part of the body. In order to do that, I just tuck that tailbone under. And you see I'm hanging onto the back of the chair. Go ahead and hang on. As soon as you tuck that tailbone under and straighten yourself up, you'll feel that stretch. And if you don't, just lean back a smidge. And let's hold for 3 breaths. So inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Oh, I can feel that. Inhale and exhale. Face the front. Let's take a twist also to the left. So my left hand is going to cross to the outside of my right. No, my right hand is going to cross to the outside of my left. My left arm will go back. And inhale. Exhale, just hold that twist. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. And we come to rock the baby. I do this with my classes, you know, the live classes that I teach. And I am always amazed at how much people can do with it. So don't give up. So you lift your left leg, okay, and hold it there with your left hand. I'm going to grab my foot with my right hand. So I'm grabbing that left foot with my right hand. Maybe this is as far as you can go. Maybe you can actually circle that leg. Maybe you can bring it in closer. But wherever you are, you rock your baby. Great sciatica stretch here. You rock the baby. There you go. Look at that. But you thought you wouldn't be doing that. Okay, and then we'll put that foot down. And let's just do everything on the other side. So we start with that quad stretch. My left buttock, and by the way, I say left and it looks like right to you, but that's the camera doing its job. So my left buttock is on the chair. My right knee is pointing to the floor. My laces are trying to, lay on the floor. So depends on cramping and how that works for you, if you can make that work. I'm hanging onto the chair with my left hand so I don't slide off. And then I'm going to tuck my tailbone under. For some people, that is enough to get a quad stretch. But if it isn't quite enough, you can also lean back a little bit. So the most important piece of this whole exercise is tucking that tailbone under. That's the most important part. And inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Ooh, face the front. Now my left hand comes to the outside of my right, remembering it looks backwards to you. My right hand will open to the back, and I'm going to hold that twist. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Grab that right thigh with your right hand and lift it up. And maybe this is where you stay, I don't know, and you might reach for that chair and try and do a little rocking like that. Or maybe you can circle that right knee like that, pretending that's the head of the baby. Grab that foot and just bring it towards the midline, maybe across the midline, maybe not. But once you get to wherever you get to without hurting, then you rock your baby. The first time I did this with one of my classes, I was absolutely certain that, it just wasn't going to work. I mean, we range in age from 50 to 90 in these classes, and they proved me wrong. They just decided they were going to do this. I looked around the room and every single person in that room, even the people in their late 80s, were rocking the baby. How cool is that? I hope you are doing it too. Let's put that foot down. So if you enjoyed this video, this chair yoga, please press like or share or, pass the word around and subscribe, and then it gets out to more people. Push your lower back into your chair. This is like the most important part of the class, where people get up and walk away to get their cup of coffee. First, just sit for a minute. You have enough time in your life. Just sit for a minute. Let your body and mind process what you've just done. And close your eyes. We'll do something different today. Just first of all, let's take a deep breath in. On the exhale, try and relax everything in your body. Just relax it all. Let it slouch. Let it give up any tension. Just relax. You did a good job this morning. You can feel good about what you've done. And then, as you inhale, envision being cocooned with a warming, healing light and air. And exhale. Now when you try it, see if you can add a color. So you're inhaling, cocooning yourself, or as much of yourself as you can envision, with a colored air. And exhale. And let's do it again. Inhale and exhale. For the last 30 seconds of class, keeping your eyes closed, focus only on your breath. See if you can always bring your mind back to your breath, starting now. And slowly opening your eyes. Congratulate yourself on coming to yoga this morning. I know many days it is so tempting just not to, but you did. You came, and good for you. So may your inner light shine for all to see. Namaste.